Hello everyone, this is Vermilion here. I've never done something like this before, so this is just gonna kind of be me showing the production on my song Awaken with Mr. Fozzy and Aloma Steel. This project is kind of massive, so how I think I'm gonna do this is I'm just gonna play portions and just kind of break it down the best I can. But yeah, let's play this first little bit here. So that is just a lot of atmosphere stuff, really, along with just a piano. Let's see if I can find it. I'm kind of messy, man. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so how basically this worked, was I originally had the drop idea, and I was kind of stuck on an intro for quite a while, and so I was really struggling. I was actually gonna scrap the whole project because the intro that I had before was really bad. I don't even want to show anyone, but then I actually met Fozzy in a Twitch stream. He was doing music feedback, and I sent some of my stuff in, and he liked it, and so we just kind of connected. And then I just was like, "Hey, you want to potentially work on this song I have together? I can't really figure out an intro." And then he loved it, and he started to workshop some stuff, and it took like a couple tries, but then we got something that we both really like. And so then I got the stems. We kind of bounced back stems quite a bit. So these are the final stems from him. All of this stuff, just quite a bit. It's a very busy project. Like, and some of these are off, dude. I don't even know. Okay, so I think this is something he actually showed me. Is this little voice trick? So without all these effects, so just like vocal chops. But if you turn on Supermassive, some shimmer in there, EQing, I compressed it with OTT a little bit. I don't know why I did that, but I guess I did. Some more EQing, and just I automated the gain because I think it was bleeding a lot. So I just automated the gain, and then we got like a little nice atmosphere out of that. So shout out Fazzy for that idea. I definitely know there's more. Those are just reference tracks. I just gotta find it. That's gonna be the main issue. I'm just gonna shut these off so I know that those are not playing. That's not playing. Great. Here's the keys. Very basic. I'm not sure exactly what he used for this. Oh, well, actually it says right there, it's Keyscape, so there you go. I guess he has another piano there. That looks like it might be stock Ableton grand piano. Kinda goated sometimes. I know there's an abandoned atmosphere in here too. I just think it's really quiet, and I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to find it, sadly. But yeah, there's an abandoned atmosphere, and there's another atmosphere that's pretty prominent. Ah, here we go. So this is looks like it's a dark room. I have no clue what this is from. It's ambience. This is the abandoned atmosphere. Really cool atmosphere, actually. Looks like it was in G sharp major, which I think he must have pitched it somehow, but yeah. And then we get into the big drums. So first I'm going to tackle the drums. So these are the main drums. Actually, I think I just mixed them a little bit so they fit a little bit better. So I think do these have their own EQ? No, they don't. It's just this one master EQ. On those, there's this sweep that he uses. It's really cool. That atmosphere again. Respace, no low end. That atmosphere. Some different piano, deeper a little bit. That's the keyscape from before. Yeah, so there's this vocal atmosphere. That might be playing in the intro as well, actually. Some omnisphere. Some more piano, again. Here's where we get to the strings. This is a group apparently. These sound very similar. Honestly, these could, oh yeah, they are. This is turned off. So ignore that. Some more strings coming in the second part to let it build a bit more. This is off. What else we got here? We have this guitar chug that comes in. This actually is kind of a funny story. We didn't really know what else to do with the drums, so we were just like kind of playing around with some splice samples and a call, and he just like slowed a random drum sample down like quite a bit, so it was like sounded like distorted, and it sounded cool. And so we were just like, you know what, why don't we just keep it in? And then we just kind of added it to the project, and it worked really well. Okay, sorry about that. And here we got, I don't even think these are doing much at all, but they're there. This sub drop at the end. We have just some basic risers and stuff. Nothing really crazy. That's pretty much it, I think. It's just some like strings and stuff. Oh, there's the sub bass too. I don't know, there's the sub bass. It is, but it's very quiet, I think. Yeah, it's like barely there. I didn't want it to have too much sub. And then it goes into the vocals. This is actually really easy to do. Oh wait, no, not that. There's a vocal trick that I used. I just don't know where it is. I think it's this one. So all I did really was I just put a ton of reverb on my vocal, rendered it, like resampled it, reversed it, and then put some more reverb on, and then just use auto pan to kind of pan it, and then it kind of gives that nice sweep. Then we get into the vocals, and the vocals hit. I did probably a little bit too much with the vocals, but it's just kind of how my brain thinks. I always do a little bit too much with my production that I probably should, but here's the main layers. Here's what they sound like. There's a lot of effects. And so how this is broken down is I have a main, I have a very stereo signal coming in, and I have a completely mono signal, which is kind of weird. I don't know why I did that, but it's just kind of how my brain was working. And so the processing, let's turn all these off. Oh, what happened? Why can't I select everything? That might be why. Oh, okay, whatever. You know what? I'm just gonna group all of these. I think I can. I'll just do this. Oh, wait, I know why. That's not on. Okay, So if we turn all these off,
Never saw
here's what the vocals pretty much sounded like without the stereo stuff.
Out of touch. Been down this road a bit
and then if we turn it back on, it sound like this. So we got some basic multi-band compression. The person who mastered this song, Kingdom, I highly recommend you check him out. He showed me a lot about how to vocal process properly, and he helped me a lot with this. So it's just some basic multi-band compression stuff. I think these two are default, and these just have a tighter attack and release on the high end, but it's pretty basic. You just want to fine tune it to what you like. Another compressor to make sure the volume is constant. We got the reverb going on here. Kingdom also showed me this trick. You basically split the wet and dry signal into an audio effect rack, and then you can, like, there's nothing really on the dry signal, just a utility in case you need it. We just got like the actual reverb, and it should be at 100. I don't know why it's not, but you just have your reverb there. I put more reverb on because I like to use the default reverb for some reason. I ended up putting some soothe on because it was probably pretty harsh. And then I EQ'd my reverb, and then so you have the wet signal. That's what's nice about doing this, is you can really fine tune the EQ on your reverb. So I like to do that sometimes. Some weird EQing, more weird EQing, some more soothe, and a de-esser right at the end. I think this is just for more effects. A high end boost, and that is the vocal. Here we have some, I think I just put a ton of reverb on it to give this nice atmosphere in the background. Is that on? No, that's the vocode. Okay, right, that doesn't come until later. Okay, yeah, I think that's pretty much all the vocals for this part. I'll keep playing it. This is all more basic stuff. That guitar chode coming back, some of the strings that I showed earlier, and that drum beat. There's some risers there. Okay, so I already see this, so I want to talk about this. Because this is something that I made on my end. I call it composer moment, because it's literally just a bunch of different string, it's just a bunch of different string layers layered on top of one another. And I actually thought of that from Alenium in his Lonely breakdown. He talks about how he just layered a bunch of strings together, and I was like, I'm going to try that. And so that's exactly what I did. And I ended up with this. I gave it a little bit of a high shelf boost. We got the guitar, obviously. The drums here, I actually panned them a little bit to kind of give them a little bit. I like to do that sometimes with my percussion, is I like to pan them just like slightly. And it just gives it a little bit more of a real feel, especially with my like rides and my drops. I don't know if I did it in this project yet. But if you pan like 10 right and like some 10 left, it really gives it like a real feel, and it sounds really good. Some horns that Fazzy made. This is also Fazzy's drums. Fazzy's orchestra. I just mixed some of these in with my end. Some more strings. It's just really a big build. It's very busy. It might not be the greatest, but it's really just a bunch of orchestral layering. There's an impact that I added, some exhaust, just really minor things. we got like these drums actually coming in here. I think I added some more atmosphere. I added this sub. I added this kick. I don't know why. I just noticed this was here, not gonna lie. I added some more sweeps just to give it some more atmosphere. This is just a white noise sweep, just made with Silent, just because I really like the noise. If you ever need white noise, I really recommend Silent. I find Serum's white noise is too harsh. If you just get Silent and use their white noise, it's quite a bit better for some reason. I added these cymbals. These were really annoying because I didn't know how prominent to make them, but they're just like atmospheric like cymbals in the back, just to give it like a little bit more atmosphere. We got risers, white noise. I added this little snare build up. Just added that to make it a bit more punchy. Not sure where Fozzy's snare went. Oh, here we go. Wait, is that it? Well, this is it, but it's not on, so it must be somewhere else, but you can get the idea. He also has this fill right before the drop. It's just a sample, I'm pretty sure. The high end was pretty harsh, I guess, because I cut some of it off, gave it a little more reverb. And then we get into the pre-drop. So the pre-drop actually is pretty simple. It's kind of cool though. I think I got the original sort of idea from Reason for Fighting by Seven Lions. I was like, that sounds pretty cool, but I really want the drop to be just bigger. And so it's kind of how this project started. I think I started with this. And it's just a synth. It's really basic. Like I think it's just detuned saws layered. This one, that one's a little bit louder. OTT, saturation, reverb. The classic. I turned down the width a little bit. And then that goes like that. I have this like little background one too. It's also just a saw, but this one just has a lot, like quite a bit of reverb. Just kind of have an atmosphere. I have this sweep. Kind of sweep it up with it as well. This kick. Here's the snare. Then I have this little sweep that actually adds a lot. I guess a hard style sweep, it looks like. So there's so if we just play this little section, it's just. And I think I have like some other like just sweeps down there. It's like again, basic stuff. Basic formula stuff. But yeah, without this little thing, if I just play it with the drop. But with it, it actually adds quite a bit, which is kind of surprising. And now the drop. So I had the original drop idea, so I kind of wanted to keep most of the drop. But me and Fozzy were in like a few calls. He gave some like ideas on what to do. The guitar fill in the drop, that was his idea. But I liked to have my control on the drop. So let's go through it. So here are the drums. Pretty basic. I have a snare layered here. Some reverb. That I don't know why that's on. Reverb. We got that layer. I love this snare, by the way. A U5 snare dub 3. I use it in almost like every track. Then I usually like to layer though. Like this is kind of more of an acoustic one, I guess. This is just kind of give it a little bit more low end smack. I think, what is this? It's just the same thing. And here is what Kingdom. This is Kingdom. He told me to do this. It inverts the polarity of the signal. It's basically just like, I think, swaps it. It's just because sometimes the phase isn't lining up. I don't really know a ton about that. He's kind of taught me all that I know about it. But yeah, that's pretty much the drums. I think we have some let me find. I think we have some percussion going on too though. So yeah, so basic. I have this crash here, I guess, too. But what I like to do, actually, usually it shouldn't be sidechained on the snare, but I like to sidechain the percussion like a little bit differently than, because like sometimes you can sidechain your percussion, and that's fine. But I don't know where I thought of this. I think I was getting feedback once, and it wasn't even on this song. They were just like in general, like sometimes it's nice to have different elements being sidechained differently. And so I tried it out with my percussion, and it works really well. So I just hand sidechained these pretty much with volume. Usually what I'll do though is have the snare different. I guess I didn't in this project, but nowadays I'll have the snare like a different crash, like something a little bit sharper, I guess. But yeah, the drums are basic. Like I think I used the same samples for like this little fill. Yeah, except just the kick is a little quieter, but I use the same snare and everything. That's the drums. I think my kick I got actually from an abandoned pack, the mellow dub kick. I don't think I use that one too often, but I think it just worked with this track. Love abandoned. Okay, so now we'll start from the basics and then we'll start from the bottom, the sub bass, and then we'll work our way up. So here's the main sub bass. It's actually operator. Sometimes I do this. I actually have been not using this as much lately. I've been using Serum for my sub. It doesn't really matter. But I think I saw 85 do this, and so I just tried it out, and I like it. It shouldn't, like, the sub shouldn't be too complicated, honestly. I just have a little bit of saturation and EQ so it doesn't bleed in too much. But then what I like to do sometimes is I like to duplicate my sub, distort it, and then just have like a couple of these harmonics leak through, so that way I can just have a little bit more control over those harmonics. But yeah, that's the sub. Pretty basic. Like, it's, again, I don't think this production is too crazy. I'm gonna be saying pretty basic a lot, and I'm sorry, but here's the mid bass. So we got this layer. I think I'm using the Horizons pack in this. Definitely check it out. I use their basses quite a bit. This is just a preset with OTT saturation, EQing. What I like to do is I kind of like to cut off my high end from my basses sometimes, just because I like to have that synth high end more, because this can get a little bit harsh. And then I like to turn down the width down here, so it's kind of like getting wider as the frequency spectrum goes up. So we got that layer, we got this layer, which is pretty mono. This layer I really like to use, the gritty bass from the Horizons pack, with quite a bit of saturation, some weird EQing, and I like to make it a little bit narrow. Same with this one. This is one I made, I think. But again, really basic, just saws. I like to work with saws a lot, as you can see. Just with the width turned down. This is another one that I made, I think. Yeah, another basic one, just saw wave, sub distortion, classic. Some OTT, saturation. I'm kind of letting this bleed a little bit, which is kind of surprising. I think I have it cut off here, though. Yeah, I do, but still not very cut off. I have some noise, I guess. Interesting, but I'm also using Serum, which I said not to do. But, you know, whatever. And then I have the Sullivan King guitar. Just kind of following the notes of the bass. Yeah, then we get into the effects. So let me just solo all the effects. So I like to do this trick where I literally just have a sweep into like all my like second kicks pretty much. I'm using Serum again here. I swear I don't use Serum anymore for noise. But yeah, it's really basic. It's just white noise. And I have like some auto pan to give it like a little bit of stereo funness, I guess. I think I have some more lines. This is where the that part happens. So I have it a little bit more to sweep up. I think this noise is just sustained, but it's just to add like a little bit more high end. I have this riser. I think I made this. Again, more saws. I like my saws. I guess I made this one too. I think this is just a really detuned saw. Yeah. I think I learned this. No, okay, I didn't do it here. But if you go into the matrix here, you can turn up the width and even get even more width out of your detune. Cool hack I learned from Virtual Riot. And then I got this. I like to do this for atmosphere sometimes. I'll just do an ARP, but I'll just give it a ton of reverb. Which kind of gives us a nice atmosphere. An abandoned atmosphere. In the back. And then I think the main one's a Nurko atmosphere, but I think I actually pitch it around. Yes, I pitch it around, and I have this one come in as well. But yeah, that is the effects for the drop. These, I'm honestly not proud of these at all. These sound pretty bad when you play them solo. But yeah, I like to use, okay, so here's one of my things that I do. I use Wavetable for my saw stacks a lot of the time. I really like using it. If you haven't used it before, I suggest trying it. If you just go to the saw wavetable, go to the noise unison mode, obviously like fix your attack and stuff like that, decay, sustain, and just play around with the amount. It can be a very good layer. It's not here. I don't know like why it sounds not great, but the noise sometimes that comes out is really, really nice to work with. I think this is a Gladiator thing. I think I got this from, I think I yoinked this from AU5. It's kind of a nice noise. And I think I just literally copied AU5's preset from one of his breakdowns because I really liked the sound, and I don't think it even worked that great, but this one's off. Some less detuned saws here. Even less I think this is just a default Serum patch. Yep, that's all it is. Just to fill up those mids a bit. Another mid layer. And then all those together. Sounds like this. And then I have just some noise. See here I use silent. So I learned my lesson. Just EQing, making sure the noise is what I want. What do I have going? I guess that's playing where the stutter's playing. I'm gonna get into the stutter in a second. We got the leads. That lead. This is Sublime, the classic melodic dubstep lead. Pretty basic, but I like to use a lot. Some more string stuff, horns. Choir. I think I'm using BBC Symphony Orchestra for this. Yep. Oh, no, wait, sorry, the Orchestra Complete. That's a different thing. This is, I think, a Culture Code lead that Fozzy sent me. Just like a kind of grungy lead. I just like to, if I don't have this EQ, it gets pretty harsh in that area, so I just turned it way down. And then here is the main lead. So I really like to have power with my leads. So here's the main lead. is actually just sublime again, but I like to this trick where I'll add a lot of reverb to it. It's like without the reverb, sounds like shit, but with the reverb, it sounds soft and nice. It's kind of hard to get right sometimes, but it's really nice to use that trick. And then here, I'm pretty sure I just duplicated it, but I just made it mono because it was very wide. I think I used stereo imaging here. Yeah, I do, because I wanted it wider. Like, I like this to be wide. This is without the stereo imaging. Pretty easy stereo imaging. I have stereo eyes on. It's not like terribly wide, but it is pretty wide. It's up there for sure. I think this is a Horizons lead. It's a pretty nice lead. That's what it sounds like without the effects and stuff. It's very, I mean, it just made it everything a lot softer. I think this is just a weird preset I used to fill in like the bottom of the frequency spectrum, kind of made it a little bit deeper. But again, just detuned saws, OTT, saturation, lots of reverb on this one. Without it, sounds like that. So soften it up a lot. Now we get into the stutter. I'll play what that sounds like all together now. Okay, now this stutter. There's a lot more going on here than you would actually think. So for one, the main thing I'm doing is I'm going to I like to sidechain in just like a group. So the main thing that's going on, obviously, is the volume automation. It's kind of weird. I just used a utility. You can use Shaperbox or like whatever for this. I liked utility for some reason today. But I'm also turning down the gain a little bit of the whole group just because it gets a little bit loud, I think, for some reason. I'm turning down the stereo width so it kind of like comes together a little bit and then it like blows up again when it hits back. So, and then I'm using a little bit of filter action if I turn this off. It's actually barely noticeable, but, you know. And then we have, what else do we got going on? This reverb that's growing up a little bit. Oh, I forgot I did this. I have my sidechain hitting a little bit less on the snare. I think I didn't really like it hitting as hard, but that's also happening throughout the whole drop. And then here, so I added a bunch of layering to this. So I have this layer I made. I think it's just oh my god. Wow, it's another saw wave that has some filter automation going on. It's got level automation. It's pretty basic. I think I got some distortion automation here, compression in there, more compression, saturation, weird EQing, some more EQing, and I turned down the width a little bit. I think this is just duplicated, but just altered a little bit. Just give it a little bit more depth to the sound. I like to layer a lot. So like instead of just altering the sound, if I like the sound, I'll just usually add another layer. If I want to like make something sound different, I usually try not to tweak around with it like a lot. It's just something I don't really like doing, but I have this. Then we get to delete. So that's it for that. And then I have this little thing. I think you can barely hear that anyways, but then this transient, that's really important. Without the transient, the transient really sells it, but even like without any of this stuff, and then with it, it makes it way better. So yeah, that's just something that I did. I think I have these following the bass, so they go up here. And this guitar fill. So this was Fazzy's idea. He sent me this sample, but then I played around with it probably too much. So I have, I think that's the main sample. I have it pitched up. I have a different sample that I think he also sent me that's just deeper. And these are just the effects. I have some auto pan to make it a little bit punchier. Some OTT, saturation, EQing. Like, you can kind of tell all my processing is very cut and paste sort of, but you know, it's just how I like to do it. I think this is just stereo imaging. I don't know why this is even here, but it is. I have a little bit of reverb on here too. And then here, I think it's like the same thing, just some different EQing. Again, same here. No saturation though, so that's different. I have some more just different EQing. I didn't even know this was here, but just a thing. And then that all together makes... Oh, and I think I have some white noise. Oh, I don't know what this is. I don't know how I even made this. Wow, would you guess? Saws. I have some weird distortion stuff going on. And then just some white noise to kind of drive it a bit more. I think here for the side chain. Oh, no, wait. I know what I'm doing. I was like, where's this being automated from? Because I have it automating. Yeah. So I think I have this playing throughout the whole thing. I'm literally just doing a volume automation up. It's not reverb. It's not anything special. I'm literally just... It's playing, but I just have it turned down. I turn it up. It's that simple. What else happens here? This fill. It's very simple. Yeah, and then just a simple impact. And this, do I have a sub drop? Yes, I do. So same sub drop. I think I added like a little kick here, just to kind of have it punch a bit more there.
I can see the light.
Aloma's vocals coming through again. This was pretty much copy paste. I don't even think we changed anything with the instrumental. I think we liked it as it was, so we just kind of did the same. And we get the same here and everything. We get to the fake out. So, fake out. We have this virtual riser coming in. Then it hits. We have some more just risers. I think this is supposed to be here too, but you know what? I forgot. So, whoops. Some more risers that happen. I've actually sweep down here when this part hits. Just to like kind of help it. I really like to work with sweeps a lot. I just like, if I feel like it needs a sweep, just gotta add one, you know? Just gotta transfer the energy. I think I have this ride playing. This one as well, that was... and then... What else do I have going on here? I think... Oh, well, I'll show you the automation. So for the automation for this fake out, I have a auto filter going on. So I think here, for the fake out, I actually have a dynamic here. It's kind of weird, but behind I'm just getting a lot because of the filtering that was going on. So I just added that and just kind of automated it on. And this is just kind of the same thing with the stutter, but lots more harsh. And this stutter is even just more harsh. I don't know if I have, oh yeah, so I do have these playing. I think I have these turned down quite a bit, especially here. Just wanted that like really like stuttery action going on there. And none of this, I think, because like if you listen, then it'll hit louder here. Yeah, so I just have it a little bit automated. Yeah. That sub drop is just. It's just that, I think. Is there anything else playing? Sweeps. Sweep down as well. Sweep up. So these vocals here are processed differently. I have some OTT on them to really like make sure they pop through. Some saturation, make them pop through even more. And then just basic, kind of the same thing I was doing in the main vocals. I think this is just like an atmospheric layer that I had over that. And the rest of the vocals, not here though. I think I didn't like it there, so I just didn't have it. Yeah. And then the only thing that's really different here, once this comes in, is the arp. Here's what it sounds like. It's a lot of, it's really messy. I could have done this way better, but I just didn't. So here is the first layer. I think this is the main one. More saws that I made. This is a preset that I made, but it's called the Jason Ross guitar lead because I think I got the idea for it from a Jason Ross song. I just kind of tried to replicate it. I don't really know what I did for it. I don't know Silent too well. I think I was just messing with it, and then I kind of just got this using amp. Saturation. I cut it off here, used amp and saturated it to kind of, because I think without this, let's see what it sounds like without all the effects on. It just sounds like that. It's a basic like kind of plucky sound. It just kind of explodes it, makes it distorted. Some more plucky sounds. More plucks, and then I have them panned left and right with a little bit of differences, so to make it stereo, because obviously if you have the same signal playing through both speakers, that means it's mono, so you got to change it a little bit, because that's pretty much the definition of mono, unless I'm wrong and I'm just an idiot, but that's my understanding of it. So I think I have the volume a little bit different. I think I just changed like some minor things. Probably not the best way to do it, but I mean, it works. And that's just kind of in the background. This fill actually too is the same layer from here. It's this layer. Except just duplicated and altered. I just kind of destroyed it, I'm pretty sure. Just distorted it a lot. Like this is using medium curve saturation. But yeah, then it's just standard. Right to the end. And the outro. Fozzie helped lots with the outro again. Same sort of vocal atmosphere going on here. I think that's all I have in my end. Oh, no, I think I added new keys just with my keyscape. I also have his piano playing, so I have both pianos, I guess. This is his little, I think I just EQ'd it a bit more to mix it in. Added some shimmer to it. And that pretty much, it's just some atmosphere, I'm pretty sure. Some strings, atmosphere. Standard outro. Pretty standard. But yeah, that is the full Awaken project. Hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have any questions at all, put them in the comments. I'll respond to every single one. And if there's a lot and you guys want to know like more about it, I can either just make like a follow-up video or like a live stream, maybe going over it again with you guys in the chat. And if you want to see more of this, let me know. I don't know. This is my first time trying it, so I don't really know what I'm doing. But I hope you guys liked it. Thanks for watching and supporting my music. See ya.